So, hey everybody, this is Kiki from Metal and High Heels, and hello Draconian, how are you guys tonight?
For the third time.
Yes, it's been too long. We haven't seen each other in like 3 years. It was shortly before the release of Sovereign. How have you guys been doing since then?
Good. I mean, right now we're working on the new album. We've had a lot of ups and downs with all my visa stuff, as always, but that's close to be completely sorted out. So everything just gets better every year, and we're pretty excited as well to just get back to work on new music.
Cool. And how is the composing and the record going, Johan?
Yeah, it's going pretty well. Almost all the pre-production is done, and we will start. Yeah, we'll start recording the drums in March, I think. Yeah, end of March. So at the end of the year, hopefully it will be out.
Cool. We'll look forward to that. So you were just talking about your visa trouble. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Well, you know, I've been in Sweden almost 5 years now, so, you know, the point has come where I can apply for citizenship, so then all my struggles will be over. Cool. Simple as that.
I can totally relate to that.
Bureaucracy, you know.
Yeah, it's awful. Yeah. And then you have to go back and apply like every year or something like that.
Yeah.
When I got my my German passport, it was like a big win.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know I'm going to feel so much more free, and then I can travel around, we can take more shows, we can go more places that we couldn't go before. I think I can actually then go more places than these guys, because then I have 2 visas, or two passports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it for you guys to have to deal with all that stress as a team?
Yeah, of course it's not fun. Just to wait around. We did some shows without Heike. We felt like to stop to that and just waited for a visa to come through, because it didn't feel right in a way. It was nice shows. And Lisa Cuthbert did a stand-in.
Yeah.
Did a great job on everything, but we felt like we wanted Heike back now, so just quit doing shows, and then you got your visa now.
Yeah.
So
Cool. So you two vocalists are also quite political on social media and stuff. How much of that seeps into the lyrics for the new album?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Not really.
Not politics anyway.
No, that's what I heard. No politics. It's more, I would say, somehow a continuation or same kind of emotional vibe as Sovereign, but more thought out. And
also just more, sorry to interrupt you, but I know what you're thinking but not saying. Because I know
I don't
Anders.
want to say too much either, but...
Alright, then I won't say it.
I don't actually know how to explain it. It's inspired by old mythology and different kinds of viewpoints with the spiritual beliefs and the universe and all that. That's what I mean with Sovereign, that we're taking it a bit further and we're seeing the big picture a little bit more. And it's more personal. Sovereign was very personal, but this is even more personal. But not from the level of my life, how I live my life, more of how I feel about things.
Okay.
So, yeah, non-material stuff.
Okay. Cool. But going a little bit back to the topic of politics, even if it doesn't go into the lyrics, is it important for you guys to speak out on such topics, maybe as a band as well? There are a lot of bands that are doing that nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that as much as we have in the past been very outspoken about politics, right now we live in a world that is so extremely polarized, you know, on all sides of the spectrum, and everyone is very opinionated, and we don't want to offend our fans. It's so easy when you have fans that are from all over the world, have so many different upbringings and cultures and, you know, beliefs and political situations. For us to give our opinion at this point can maybe do more harm than not, and we've found ourselves in those kind of situations, and we just feel like right now maybe it's more important just to focus on the bigger picture, which is not politics, because politics is just a distraction from what we really should be focusing on. So, anything you want to say about that?
I would say that politics has become, just like you said, very polarized. Left and right, all these factions are becoming mashing up, and no one really knows what everything is. No, I don't know what to explain.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, no one has the answers for how we're gonna fix everything. No one has some all-encompassing truth of how everything works. We're figuring it out as we go along. It's trial and error. We see what works, what doesn't work. You know, one thing I do know is that all of this political polarization and chaos right now is actually a sign that people want to see change, that people are willing to fight not only the system but even each other to try and change things. And yeah, mistakes are going to be made along the way. You know, presidents, you know, we don't even have to get into it. The fact of the matter is, when one thing doesn't work, we go on to the next thing, and eventually it will sort itself out. I feel like there's no point in spending all this energy and time fighting about it with people, you know, because at the end of the day, we all only have our own truth, you know, and that's it. We don't have all the answers. So,
That's true.
yeah.
Yes. But right now you are on a 16-date tour without a day off. How do you guys keep yourselves healthy and motivated?
Do we?
With the healthy stuff, you can just
Yeah.
ginger, lemon, turmeric, all that stuff. Trying to think about what's best for the voice. In my case, you know, try to get proper sleep because, you know, I'm not getting any younger, and feel this for every day on stage and for every day in class. You need to work with it, and if you do that, I think we're going to do just better and better.
Personally, I struggle because at home I'm as healthy as I possibly can be, and I pay a lot of attention to what I eat, when, and all. When you're on tour, you just gotta take what you can get, you know, and at the same time deal with the chaos of almost being like you're camping in chaos, and you're constantly micromanaging, and it's exhausting. And that's why I have these dark rings under my eyes all of a sudden. They just appeared out of nowhere. But sleep is important. Like, you have to sleep a lot. Yeah.
It's a little bit of a mind fuck, I would say, to be out like this.
Yeah.
Very narrow spaces, cramped, and you know, trying to.
Also, just being a person who is antisocial or a little bit of a hermit, and then suddenly being thrown into this social dynamic where there's constantly people around, constantly have people in your space. You know, it can get socially awkward at times. Luckily, we have a very good setup. Like, all three of the bands that we were with are very nice people, and there's no douchery going on. So yeah, that helps. It really does. It takes the edge off having to do this. So that's advice. Pick good bands to tour with.
Very cool. And how do you guys also balance the whole job and family work-life balance kind of stuff? But while being away on tour and also while you're at home. Johan, you're a dad, right?
Yeah, it's very difficult, of course. But we do mostly like one-off shows or like 2 or 3 dates, like on the weekends. And that's pretty doable, I think. It's a little bit more planning when it comes to tours and job. And I have a very good job. I can easily take off for a month, so it's good for me. It's hard to be away from the children and everything, but I will soon be back home.
It's important that you get properly paid when you're out like this, you know, taking time off from work and having a family. You need to get something from it, unfortunately. It's like this. My work allows me to be very flexible as well, so I'm very grateful for that. Working in healthcare, have people who can work instead of me, they understand, and they even think it's very fascinating, with this music life. So they were very helpful.
Cool. Personally, I can't comment on that because I feel like I am still a child and I'm chasing my dreams. Flexible freelancer, just, you know, it's all about the music for me. So if I ever have a family, it would be hard, especially as a woman. Not saying that, you know, it's 50-50, but at the end of the day, that nurturing instinct it's a hard thing to give up. You know, it would be almost impossible to not want to have your child with you when you're out doing this. And I can't comment on what kind of a lifestyle that would be, but yeah, I think most bands, if they have a family and a normal job, then music is more like a paying hobby. But you do have those people who tour all year who have families, and it does, you know, when we speak to them, you can hear and see that it affects them, you know, and take it to heart.
Yeah. All right. To end the interview in a light note, what music are you guys listening to nowadays?
Really depends on the mood, really.
Yeah.
But not so much metal in general.
Yeah, I think that's overall. That's ironic. I mean, it depends on the mood and the situation. I feel like every genre has its time and place. You know, you could be when I'm gaming, I listen to like synthwave and stuff like that. And when I'm cleaning the house, I'm listening to more like up-tempo kind of electronic stuff, or even just when you're working out, you're listening to this. Daniel and I, we love to listen to a lot of stoner and psychedelic music, and he loves country as well, and so does Johan. I know they're always talking about country. And I'm also really much into like anything gazy and just dreamy these days. My ears are tired of just constant noise and aggression. I feel like everyone's in a bit of need of healing, you know, and any kind of transcendental or ambient music seems to really be just easing the mind more and more, and well, maybe we're just getting old, I don't know.
Well, we all are.
For me, it's a lot of old gothic rock right now, with The Mission, Sis Mercy. Not so much Filth and Nephilim right now as usually is. And a little like dark ambient, like old dark ambient, like Deutschen Hall, Morthound, stuff like that. And like cold meat industry stuff. So that's what I'm. It's my cup of tea right now.
Cool. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to say?
Thank you so much for everyone who came out to support us so far on tour. We know we're not out there all the time, but when we are so happy to talk to everyone, meet with everyone, and we love our fans. They're so endearing, and we wish we could come to all of the countries and cities that we constantly get asked to do. So please, if you want to see us in your city, like, talk to your promoters, get them to send us offers, get them in touch with us, because we really do want to see everyone. So, and thank you for the interview once again.